This is a James Montgomery flag in watercolor. This is a Russell Patterson in pen and ink. And this is a Faye Emerson in Pepsi-Cola. I'll tell you all about it in just a minute.
Pepsi-Cola hits the spot. Big, big bottle, and it's got bounce, 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 bounce. Go get Pepsi for the Pepsi bounce.
Now go get Pepsi for the Pepsi bounce. More bounce to the ounce, more bounce to the ounce. Go get Pepsi for the Pepsi bouncing.
Why take less when Pepsi's best? More bounce to the ounce in Pepsi.
You know, when I said before that this was Faye Emerson Pepsi-Cola, I wasn't kidding. This is a portrait of me painting by Eddie Doucette in Pepsi-Cola. He actually used Pepsi-Cola instead of oil. Mr. Doucette is a chef, and he's made all kinds of paintings and images and sculptures of people. He's done them in peanut butter and chocolate and just about everything else. I think it was very nice of him to send me to it. No question what Mr. Doucette is an artist in his own field. Tonight I want you to meet a couple of other artists. Two of America's most famous artist illustrators. Let's go talk to them, huh? And here they are now.
How are you?
Mr. Russell Patterson.
Nice to see you,
Mr.
Faye.
James Montgomery Flagg. How are you, boys?
Oh, fine. Thanks for the boys.
I think everybody in America knows your work so well that I don't have to describe your work for them. They've seen it in every magazine and every billboard and all over the country. So what I would like to talk about is some of the personal, more or less backstage story. For instance, who was the most interesting person you ever painted? Could we ask you that?
Well, I think Jim is better on that because he's painted more than I have. I draw from memory most of the time.
But you do people's pictures, I know.
Sure.
You did one of me once. I've never
That's
forgotten.
right. But Jim really has painted them, and he has a story on that, I think, Faye.
All right. How about you, Jim?
I'm no story. What do you mean?
Well, who's the
Tell the truth.
All right, who was the most interesting person? Maybe I get some kind
Jack Barrymore.
Oh, I should think so, yes.
Certainly. He's the most interesting man I ever knew.
Well, who was the most beautiful person you ever painted?
I guess, what's the name of that Southern gal? The one I got a job for with John Gilbert.
Blonde. Yes.
Virginia, not the perfect classic blonde?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I
That's a
know who you
name.
mean.
I
Oh,
can't
I know.
think of it.
Vilma Banky? Oh, no, she's in the area.
no.
She's beautiful. This American girl from Kentucky.
Now, I know. What do you think is your most famous painting?
I don't think of any as being famous, except
Most well-known.
the best known one that was the most famous poster, I guess.
Oh, yes. Let me just show that.
I Want
Excuse
You.
me.
That is a famous poster, Jim.
Yes. Yes, I would like to show this, if I might. How is that?
They printed them.
I think
two
this
wars.
has been seen through all the world. And
Yeah. They printed 4 million of them in the First World War, and then 2 million in the Second World War.
I hate to say it for the third time, too, I'll tell you that.
What?
yes,
We
it's
will
a shame.
see it for the
Yes,
third
I'm afraid we're
time.
going to
Oh,
see it
yeah.
for the third time. And here,
Yeah.
of course, is I think one of the most beautiful he ever did. Isn't that a beautiful one?
Oh.
And for a
And
wonderful
Jim
cause.
posed for that
I
himself.
posed for
He
that.
always poses for
Sam.
Uncle Sam.
Did
And
you,
Lincoln.
were you the model for that?
Yeah.
Well, of course you were. Yes,
See
I
the
see.
eyebrows?
Yes, I see the
Yeah.
curly eyebrows. As a matter of fact, this is a wonderful thing. I'm glad I got a chance to show this. I'm going to kind of ad-lib a little hint to you in here. If you haven't already donated to the Red Cross, please do so, will you? I mean, everybody benefits from it. Doesn't take much, but if everybody gives, just a little help. Thank you.
Roosevelt was a friend of mine, and I wrote him about this posing for myself.
Uh-huh.
I said, it saves paying a model. He said, I knew you had some New England blood.
That's wonderful. Tell me, not long ago, I went to a party at which we played a game. Everybody was given, you know, artist materials. And, oh, by the way, Dick, can we have some Pepsi-Cola?
Righto. Coming up.
Everybody was given artist materials, and then behind the screen stood a model, and somebody described her, and we had to paint her, or sketch her, rather, by a description. And I just wondered, do you think that's possible? Do you think we could try that here tonight?
We could try. We're not very good at it, but we'll
Well,
try
let's
it
do it.
anyway.
Just amateur.
I want to get these first.
Oh, Mr. Flagg, was that Jean Harlow you were trying to think of?
No.
No?
Oh, no.
I'm wrong. I lost my head.
Jean Harlow. Well, did she play with John Gilbert? I don't think so.
No, she didn't. She had three
Owen something.
Catherine Dale Owen.
Catherine
Oh,
Dale
Catherine
Owen.
Dale Owen, of
She's
course.
around New York.
And
She's
almost
up there.
as beautiful today as she was then.
She's just about as beautiful, and that's 25 years ago.
You know why I know she's as beautiful? Because she played the original part in the play The Thing that I played 2 years ago on Broadway. Oh, well, I just wanted to say to you out there that you don't have to be an artist, you know, to enjoy ice-cold Pepsi-Cola. Because Pepsi-Cola, with its more bounce to the ounce, just naturally sparkles and pleases everyone, men, women, and children alike. And its big, big bottle gives you so much more for your money. Well, it just makes sense. Why take less when Pepsi's best? So do me a favor, will you? Get several cartons at a time. And don't forget. Boys, here are Pepsi's. Oh, I think that's very funny that it was Catherine Dale Owen because, as I say, I played the part that she played 22 years earlier, and she's just as beautiful today.
Isn't it amazing how she can keep it?
Yeah.
Well, now let's try our little trick. Why don't you take your Pepsis and you go over to your easels, and I'll go over here, and I'm going to be hidden behind a sort of a screen. I'm going to be hidden so you can't see me, and I'll describe this lady, and I want to see if you can draw her.
Will we see you later?
Yes, you'll see me later.
No,
I'm
I
coming
can't
over to
have.
check up on. Yes, you'll see her later.
Yeah.
All right.
Go
So
on.
you going right over there.
All right.
Are you all ready, boys?
Already.
All right. Now, just to remind you out in the audience what we're planning to do. I'm going to describe this lady standing here, and for my description, they're going to sketch her. We're going to see if we can pull this off. I don't know whether we can or not, but we'll have some fun trying it. All right. How shall I start?
How big is she? Is she old or young or all those things?
Oh, I should say that she's medium young, and by that I would say in her early 30s.
Is she slim or stout?
And, well, she's medium slim. I mean, she, what you might call pleasantly plump.
I like that.
And, now let me look at you. She has an oval face, quite a high forehead.
That's in the front.
Uh-huh. She'll be wearing her face in the front.
Oh,
this
yeah,
evening.
that's good.
And,
How is that from the side, say?
What?
I'm going to take the side.
Are you going to do profile?
Yeah, I am.
Probably both of
I know how Jim will.
Oh, all right.
Come
well, she
down
has
the-
quite a high forehead and a short nose.
Wait a minute, now let's get that forehead in.
High
All right.
five.
Slight widow's peak.
Now, wait a minute now.
Dark hair or light?
Light hair. She wears it parted on the left side.
High cheekbones?
Quite high cheekbones, yes.
Large eyes? Black lashes? Long black
yes.
lashes? Long black lashes?
Yes. Reasonably large
And
eyes.
curving eyebrows starting at the nose and going up like scared grasshoppers?
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
And a full
she has
mouth?
what?
Full mouth?
Quite a full mouth, yes. Might even say a little big, little too full.
How about that nose?
Her nose is a little fat, but it's a short nose.
Short nose. Yeah,
Straight nose, but a little fat. A little broad, you might say.
Yeah.
And, she has
How's the hair?
Sorry, what do you call it? A declivity or a depression underneath her lip? A kind of a little dent.
How about the chin?
She has a kind of a stubborn chin, not a long chin, but kind of stubborn. She's got a hint. You don't mind my saying this, do you? But she has a little bit of a double chin, even. She does.
Well, we'll leave that out.
Oh, thank you. I'm pleased. I know she'll be happy.
For a gentleman artist.
Yes, of course.
Well divided, the brow, the nose, and the chin, from the chin down, in three parts.
Yes,
Or
with
is
the
she
little,
more is
with the
she-
forehead, a little bit the highest part of the third, in other words.
Is her forehead the most predominant part?
Yes, I would say so, uh-huh.
That's
The hair
good.
flat then?
Yes, uh-huh, flat.
And it's blonde. Blonde.
Yes, uh-huh.
And the nose is short and a little fat.
Uh-huh.
Has she got a good back to her head or a head like a Prussian officer?
I think it's a pretty good back to her head.
Yeah. And a big bun?
Are you drawing, Miss Flagg?
I'm asking seriously. They used to call those buns in the back
That's
of her
right,
head.
yes,
I
uh-huh.
think she got a large bun.
Yes,
I
she
don't
has
mean
a
the
bun.
arm, but it's just a bun.
We call them chignons.
Yeah, she knew, I know.
I'm very excited. I know this lady is very excited, too. I only wish it were me you were drawing. I'm sure I would treasure it.
Well, I'll take you on in time for a percentage.
I remember, Russell, you drew one of me once, didn't you?
Yes.
And we
Not
did an
too
earlier
good.
show together. Russell Patterson is now drawing the famous comic strip.
Mamie.
Mamie.
I'm allowed to use Maisie.
You'd know a Russell Patterson girl anywhere, or a James Montgomery Flagg girl, too. No matter of fact, there are very few people left in the world who still do this kind of illustrative art. It's dying out. There are I'd say maybe 3 or 4 people in the world who, when you see a drawing or an illustration, you know immediately whose it is. You don't have to look down in the corner to see the name. You know it by the style. Very few high-style artists left. How are you doing, boys? Do you need any more help?
No.
Let me know as soon as you are now.
Oh, you want to get stuff
I'm dying to see it.
Oh, I just see you want to see it.
Can I come in now?
All right.
Wonderful. Let's go and see how we're doing. I don't know, but of course, you will not believe this, I'm sure, but this really was true. They did not know that it was me I was describing, did you?
No,
Well, when you came to that bun, we didn't get that quite right.
Well, I couldn't hide that. I tried to disguise it by saying I had on long earrings, which you didn't even put on.
Well, I
You
forgot
did.
that. Yeah, I
You're
forgot
describing
that.
yourself all this
Yeah.
time? Open face.
I didn't know it. I didn't know it.
But really and truly, they didn't. We went to an
You said
elaborate
pendant
hotel.
earrings.
Yes, I know. I did that to throw you off, because I was afraid you'd
Well,
get it.
Jim should have known he asked enough questions.
Well, we want to show you. I'm going to put the pictures up here and show them to you in a minute. I think we'll do an insert on that so you can see the pictures. But in the meantime, I want to talk to you for a
That's the
minute.
reason you talked about fat noses.
Yes. And double chins. I wouldn't have dared say that about anybody else.
No.
I was wondering how that other person was taking it all this
Well, I didn't
time.
dare not say it. I was afraid somebody out there might have
Well,
thought
how'd you think
it.
we came out, all right?
I think you came out wonderfully. Well, I do think you flattered me a little. Maybe I flattered myself in the description a little bit.
I
Maybe
don't-
that's what it is. I don't know.
I think you're rather nasty about yourself.
Well, I didn't get all
no.
those things
Now,
right.
turn around here, Jim. I want them to see you out there, and I want to thank both of you for coming up here. I consider it a signal honor to have had you here and lots of fun. And thank you for coming in along with our little gag they really didn't know, and I had a lot of fun setting it up. And I'm glad you could be here, too. Well, I'm glad they did.
Well, I'm glad to be here, baby, because now when they asked me who I drew that was the most attractive woman in the country, and I was say Faye Emerson.
Russell Patterson, I bow. Thank you, Russell Patterson, and thank you, James Montgomery Flagg, and thank you. And here's something that anybody can appreciate, artist or not.
Pepsi Cola hits the spot. Big, big bottle, and it's got bounce, 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 bounce. Go get Pepsi for that Pepsi bounce.
Here comes fun. Here comes Pepsi in a big, big bottle. They're one and the same, always together. So sparkling, so alight with that wake-up tang. Feel smart, be smart, get more for your money. Get Pepsi several cartons at a time. Always keep Pepsi in the family refrigerator. Pepsi's livelier, friendlier, better. Why take less when Pepsi's best?
You know, around the 1st of April is supposed to be the time to play tricks. But we wouldn't do anything like that.